Welcome to Your Cyber Path, the podcast that helps you get your dream cybersecurity job by sharing the secrets of experienced hiring managers and top cybersecurity professionals with you. Now, on to the show.
So are all certifications valued equally? What other factors should I be thinking about before I go spend money on something for, PMP versus Prince 2 or what is it, CEH versus OSCP?
My God, you've invited the right person. Look at him. He's just glowing. He can't wait.
Are they valued equally is my thing.
No, they're not.
There?
And here's the funny thing, is some of the ones that are more valued by employers are actually not as good certifications. There's actually over 1,800 certifications out there right now in the IT. And one of the things I always tell my students is they're not Pokemons. They're not big cards. You don't need to collect them. You need to figure out the ones that are right for your role, and you need to get a few key certifications. So for example, if you're trying to be a cybersecurity analyst, you need to get your Security Plus and your CYSA Plus. And oddly enough, I'm going to tell you this, you should also get your IDL 4 Foundation. And people will ask me, why should I get my IDL 4 Foundation? It's serviceman. Well, if you're going to go work as a cybersecurity analyst, you're going to be working in a big company, and you're going to be working across different departments from security to IT. And for some reason, I know why, but a lot of these organizations, especially Fortune 500, they all run on IDL. And so that will set you apart because there are so many people who have Security Plus. If you go look at cyberseek.org, you'll see that there are 5 people who have Security Plus for every one job that requires it. And so to stand out by getting that IDL, you're going to be that person that stands out and get picked because that's a keyword that they're looking for. So those are kind of the 3 basic ones that I would do if you're going to try breaking this into this IT cybersecurity world. Now, as far as, which certification should you get outside of that based on the role, the number one piece of advice I'll give you is look in your area at LinkedIn, Monster, Dice, and other job sites. By looking at those things that are being posted by employers in your area, you'll see what they value. For example, you mentioned project management with Prince 2 or PMP. That's a really good example, right? Here in the United States, Prince 2 is not that popular yet. It's getting there, but it's not as popular as PMP. So if I was going to go for a project management job, I guarantee that 90% of the jobs in America are asking for PMP, not Prince 2. Now, on the other hand, if you go over to Europe and you go over to Asia, specifically the UK, Europe, or Asia, they're going to be asking for Prince 2. They don't care as much about PMP. Now, if you go to some place like in the Middle East, it depends. Is their main company that's working in the Middle East US-based or Canadian-based or UK-based? And that will decide which of the two it is. So again, looking at those things in your area is really important. And I always have to preface that because I teach a worldwide audience and I have people from, India, Pakistan, and the UK and everything else. I go, what cert should I get? They go, well, it depends. What job do you want? Where do you live? What are employers asking for? A great example, we talk about pen testing. There's really 4 big pen testing certs out there. There is CEH, which has been around since like 2000, 2001. So they're the most well-known. I will tell you, they are the easiest to pass. They are the most expensive. Also, they charge like $1,200 for the exam. And it's really not that hard. If you can pass Security Plus, it's basically Security Plus with a little more. That's all it is. And then if you look at the second one is Pen Test Plus that came out in 2018 by CompTIA, and that was as a competitor to CEH. It is more than CEH. It has practical hands-on stuff. It has a lot more in-depth analysis. It's a much better, much harder cert, and it's a third or fourth of the price. The problem is here we are in 2023 as we're recording this and doing this live. And even here in 2023, you're not seeing Pentest Plus asked for on every single job application. And so while Pentest Plus, I know it's a better certification, Kip knows it's a better certification, and we would hire you with it over CEH. Not every employer does that because what happens a lot of times is hiring manager just say, let me grab the last time we did a job and pull out that posting. And if it was 5 years ago, they're only going to know about CEH. And then the third one you hear a lot about is OSCP, which is Offensive Security Certified Professional, which is from the makers of Callum. If you can pass OSCP, you're showing me you can pen test, right? The problem is, again, not every job looks for it. Not every job knows about it, especially in the government contracting world. OSCP was not allowed. It wasn't considered adequate because it was a taking at home certification over 24 hours and you could have open book and stuff. I think that's changed recently, but up until that a year ago, it was not on the 8570 list for the DoD. So you had to still go get your CEH or Pen Test Plus. And then the other one that's kind of popular, especially over in Europe and the UK, is one known as CREST, C-R-E-S-T. Here in the US, nobody cares. But over there, they care about it. And that's actually more important than CEH. But over here, CEH or Pen Test Plus are going to be your biggest one. And what I would tell you is if you go for Pen Test Plus and you can pass Pen Test Plus, you can definitely pass CEH. And a little tip on your resume, if you get Pen Test Plus instead of CEH, I would put certified CompTIA Pen Test Plus, parentheses, equivalent to CEH.
That gets you past the ATS.
So what's going to happen is when you apply for jobs, ATS, is looking for keywords, and they'll now see CEH and you actually make it in there. And we all know it's equivalent, but the HR guy or girl who wrote the position probably doesn't.
Okay. And then as a hiring manager, I can definitely be on the lookout for the different levels or quality of the certifications and maybe help my HR person.
Definitely. And that's the long-term fix, right? Plus has made a lot of progress in this. When I started teaching it in 2018, when the first version came out, nobody knew what it was. Nobody was asking for it. Now I would say about half the jobs will say CEH or Pen Test Plus, and the other half still can say CEH because HR is still recycling old job descriptions from 5 years. Right. And so until that changes, and the hiring manager like Kip goes, oh, hey, I'm willing to take CEH or Pen Test Plus. And he probably is, but he may not have told that to HR yet, so it didn't make it into the posting, which is why I say put CompTIA,
it's a great tip.
Equivalent to.
Yeah, it's a great tip.